Good evening, folks. This is Darth Rabbit 07 coming to you tonight with another quick review. I got in the Transformers Studio Series number 107 Scorponok and from Rise of the Beast movie, and I'm kind of aggravated because everybody else was getting theirs in a couple weeks ago, and blam, I get the delay notice. I get the other stuff. I got that for him in Studio Series Megatron. So outside of being busy with basketball, I apologize for not having any new content. 2 new figures 2 weeks ago supposed to have arrived, didn't happen. So with all that said and done, make sure to like, share, subscribe, all this stuff down below. Let's take a closer look at Scorponok. Thank you again to my subscribers. I'm a little bit out of practice, a little bit out of whack, but we're going to get back into the swing of things. Thanks again for all you. Let's turn this around and take a look at Scorponok in the box. And on the turntable, like I said, is number 107 Studio Series Predacon Scorponok from the Rise of the Beast movie. Let's take a quick look at that side box art. All of these were basically done on concepts and not the actual in-movie models. There's the look at the back of the box. Got 20 steps. Scorponok faces off against his enemies, the Maximals. He is the only Predacon in that movie, times about hundreds of them, and they were pretty much foot soldiers that were fodder. And another look at the Scorpion mode, and it's him in his robot mode inside the box with the bindings and good thick cardboard, but still can, touch stuff, and I don't like that at all. Please get it together, Hasbro. Really, between the distribution and just little shortcuts, I'm just so over it. But let's get him out of the box and see how cool he is or is not. Hoping he's going to be really cool. And we get the 1 in 26 languages. We got the instructions. He goes from inbox to get him into gear and shape, and then in the Scorpion mode, like I said, in 20 steps. So there's the back of the box and picture and his Scorpion mode in the art. He is in his robot mode on the faux packaging with the holes in it. This is, if they just do the plastic window back over there, I can understand a little bit of bindings, but I mean, yikes. And you can see those red eyes right off bat, gazing in your soul. You get the cardboard displayage. I don't think I've seen a single soul or even anybody on Reddit or anywhere actually pose their figures like this and display their stuff like this. So Hasbro, let's stop wasting budget on this, pour back into the figures, a few more paint apps, all the articulation. Those should be staple holds moving forward with this series. Out of box and on the turntable, my first impression of this guy, he is pretty impressive for a newer deluxe Studio Series. I gotta say, he's got some really tight articulation and what have you. Here's a side profile for you guys, kind of like the Hunchback of Scorponok going on here. He's got, like I said, lots of detail that can be picked out a little bit more with paint. Can't wait to see what the customizers do with this guy, getting a hold of it. You can store the tail on the back. And I think this is a better rendition than that 2007 version. I'm going to put a pic up at the 2007 version and let you see that this guy hands down wins the whole live action Scorponok period. Even though he's just a drone army builder, I might get 2 more of these just to have them around. It just depends. At $25 a pop, it really doesn't do anything to help your army building needs or wants. That said, let's go through the articulation really quick here. And he's on a ball joint here at his feet. We're going to start off with the feet. We got some awful waffleness going on underneath, but it's on a ball joint, and you do get quite a bit of dynamic posing going on there. This will kind of like separate if you ain't careful, so there's that. But it's neat how they get it to look kind of cool there. You get this kind of much in the front there. You got that much going in the back. He does have a waist that likes to pop loose on my version. Your mileage may vary. As I said, like those ball joints are super tight there. You got upper thigh swivels, some awful waffling going on there. For the cost, I mean, this is just not cool, conducive to, keeping me happy as a collector. Just keeps getting thinner and thinner. Even the insides of these are a little waffly, but they are nonetheless on a ball joint and have that wrist articulation that I think is also very important. That he's got, for transformation purposes, he's got double bendy elbows there. This is a really another tight joint on my version. Like all this is, could vary from figure to figure. And he's got all the way around there at the shoulder if needed. It's on a weird ball, even so there, as you can see in there. And that face is just one that a mother could love. I just love the way that looks there. And got them all cringing and crouching. I wish that would stay together better there, but then these do articulate in a transformation, and you can do another option where you actually can get this thing to, give me a second, I'm gonna take a look at this. You can make it kind of a whip, melee, grapple, and it kind of builds into the back of the tail. Don't like the hollowness, it's just not called for, Hasbro. But alas, you can do many creative things with that there. And the head is on a weird ball joint. It can go back up like this, whoop, and it pops off. And it feels even paper thin and hollow. Alrighty, let's get this guy. Let me pause for a moment there and get this guy to where we can actually see him on the camera. Like I said, I'm a little bit out of practice. Thank you for your patience. Being the only Predacon in the movie, he could have fitted into the Terracon since he works in tangent with Terracon Scourge. But pretty awesome, pretty frightening. Let's get him into his beast mode and see how cool that is. And here's the life imitating box art pose in the beast mode. This is how he pretty much appeared in Rise of the Beast and all the hundreds of versions of him that you saw there, be it in the end sequence and or the one that comes scurrying up for Ape Link to mutilate. The positive things here is I do like the shade of purple and the gray plastic used there to do this, but there's just not a whole lot of paint apps to make the details pop through and throughout, guys. I mean, had this picked out a bit better, it looks like it's got some gunmetal there inside of the leg, but I mean, if this would have been picked out, I might even go back and panelize this to prove a point. It's just, it needs some more love there. And I don't really care for the hollow ass, any of this hollowness that, and I get why it's like that for the robot mode, but that's just ugly. And the fact that these are locked into place except for that ball joint there, that kind of aggravates. But you got the ball joint from the feet from the robot mode. It's kind of nicely done, and it does actually represent and look like a scorpion. The face is nicely done and looks really good. The articulation there is a little bit crazy. These are only articulated at the ball joint there and then in and out there on the other stuff. I mean, so it's got some limitations there. I kind of wish that it had a little bit more going on there, but the head is also wonky on that little joint. You can get it to go down, but then it's got that look up and you can do the little head tilt on the ball joint, but it will pop it off if you go too much with it. So limitations throughout. And what is an otherwise awesome looking, and I actually like this more than I thought I would, Scorpion mode. But that is the exact representation. I mean, the tail has just that much articulation, and then you get back into the hollow bits that looks horrible. That just Awful Waffles syrup, please. No syrup. Tired of the Awful Waffles. It shouldn't be in a $25 figure. That said, these are very limited in articulation there too. Just for the price point and stuff, it should. For $25 damn dollars, you should be able to get articulation throughout both modes. I mean, that's just my opinion. But that said and done, I do like this, like I said, more than I thought I would. I like the way this actually looks and how it hides the hand and visible sight. You got visible head, and because it's the robot mode head and all that jam. It may not be everybody's jam. Like I said, Rise of the Beast, I've still not finished it a second time through. I watched it in the theater. It's not the Beast I was looking for, but this is a pleasant surprise in this Scorpion robot mode. I think it destroys that old Scorponok from the 2007 movie, and is a good. I kind of wish that. I mean, it even does the similar attacks. It bores into the ground and then it pops up. Bam! Here's these Scorpion things. I wish they actually had transformed. Wouldn't mind having an exclusive Beast Force recoloring of this. Just wish that the waffle bits wouldn't be there, and I wish this had a better paint details altogether. Let's get this into some final thoughts, guys. Some final thoughts. I think this guy looks the best of the studio series for the Rise of the Beast movie. And I still got to get the mainline Air Razor, and then I'm totally done with Rise of the Beast at this point. If you don't like the way these look, you do have the YOLO Park option at $30 a pop. They give you movie accurate robot modes, but those don't really transform. Folks that I know over on Instagram love the Carlos Nerd Reviews. You need to check his stuff out. He's got those, and it just looks fabulous sitting in his display. But I'm not a model kit kind of person, so don't have the patience, and I just want the figures to look like they did in the movie and articulate and be fun, and don't want it to be the waffleness. Going to quick convert this back into robot mode, because that, I do believe, absolutely deserves another look, as you do get a pretty solid robot mode that articulates pretty good on its ball joints, and for what it is and what they're doing there, it looks great. The detailing looks good. I think some paint can make it pop. I do hope we get a Scorponok Beast Wars kind of recolor of this guy, and hopefully a company will do some better articulating. It shouldn't be over a fixed joint on a $25 deluxe figure ever. That really just kind of irks me. Love that we do get the flight stand to get some jumping action poses, and yeah, this tail could even stand another, revision to where it's more articulated than, the 3 points that it is there. The Stinger itself doesn't have any, but nice paint on it, whatnot. I think it's a solid enough figure and warrants, if you can find it in the bargain bin, it's going to be your better bet, but I don't know that it actually will, the way distribution is just so damn wonky here lately. So that's about going to do it for Scorponok there. He's a solid rendition. He's heckin' gone better than that 2007 version that had the play gimmick features of the Scorpion mode that didn't translate well to robot mode. This actually looks good in both modes, and in Scorpion mode looks just like he does in the Rise of the Beast movie. That's about going to do it for this guy. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thank you again to my subscribers. Again, I am sorry that it's been a minute. We're wrapping up basketball season on the real world side here, and that I'll be doing some other things to get ready to go to Alaska, but I will try to be cranking out, one video definitely a week, and if not more, as time allows. That's the other thing that's really crazy, is time just gets going, and then you're boom, you're there. It's just everything gets going crazy, and I really do wish that a third party would address the hands even too. Even though those are on a ball and gives the articulation, I still feel it could be done with a little bit more better articulation or something. This guy is a lot more surprising. Thanks again for watching. You guys have an excellent week out there. Until all are one, guys.